when did you fall in love with like women in hip hop?
And that song that you just heard is Fuck Boy by the one, the only, the baddest Trina. And we actually have a guest today whose pick that was. Today we have Alicia White with us. And Bree, this is a friend of yours. So why don't you go ahead and introduce our guest?
Yes. And to clarify, Brianna's bestest friend. Period.
Right,
the oldest and coldest, to be very clear.
Right. I'm gonna read this bio like I don't know her, but anyway. All right. So Alicia White is a senior advertising strategist at the Black-owned culture first agency Obsidian Works. She specializes in all things fashion, beauty, lifestyle, and wellness, working with clients such as Maybelline New York, Target, Farfetch, Amazon, Apple Fitness Plus, Hennessy, Hugo Boss, Timberland, and more. Her real passion is in beauty and wellness and uses her educational background in journalism, women and gender studies, and multicultural studies to push the narrative that beauty is a form of activism and that it's the right that often treated like a privilege. In her spare time, she is an active walker and is currently training for the Brooklyn Marathon.
Not to cut you off, but I absolutely love that because I'm training for the LA Marathon, and it's my first full marathon. So when I read that, I was like, okay, girl, like,
oh my
I
God,
love that.
Yes, we gotta stray like some training tips. I like this.
Yeah. Definitely. Okay, go ahead.
No, also her newfound hobby is curating playlists, and she's in the process of teaching herself how to DJ under the self-proclaimed title DJ Off the Leash. Alicia believes that female rap is exactly what the world needs right now. Women being loud and proud about their sexuality, beauty, and hustler mentality. The future's been female. The rest of the world is just catching up. So, without further ado, this is Alicia White.
Period.
Hi,
that was quite a bio.
Thank you.
Can't you tell she's a strategist? Like, just the way that
100%. The way that was written. Are you kidding me? I'm like, oh, she does this. Like, no. for real.
I was nervous. I read it on the train this morning. I was like, I don't know if this is right, so I'm going to just say something.
Do we seem like professional type of people? We will come out here and say any goddamn thing. Trust me, nothing's too good for us.
Listen, Alicia was like, can I cuss on here? Like,
I would be offended if you didn't.
I know. I was like, it'll be fine. I'm sure you'll be okay.
You know what's so funny is I texted my parents in my group chat before this, and I was like, y'all, I'm so excited. I'm going to be on Brianna's podcast. Like, I was and my mom was like, okay, well, send us the link when it's out. And I said, no, it's not censored. So it's like, I'll send you the highlights real quick. No, thank you.
Yeah, we do not censor. I tell my mom not to listen. So
same.
Oh my God, happy Black History Month.
Yes, blackity black.
First Black History Month, first day of Black History Month. Beyonce has announced the tour, and had me stressed out this morning. But you know what? It's whatever with whoever. I didn't pay rent. I gotta save it until after the pre-sale starts on Monday and see what it's looking like.
Week.
Okay, and my department doesn't take out the rent money for like 4 days. Like it usually takes a minute. So I'm like, if Beyonce comes first, you all understand. You've heard The Walls. You've heard Renaissance on loop. You understand what's happening.
But let's talk about this intro song. So it's Fuck Boy by Trina. And it's like, this is like a song from like 2014. So tell me like, what like made you choose this as the like intro song?
Oh gosh, so many things. So one, it is on my Bad Bitches Only playlist, and so I'm having
as it should be.
So I'm having a moment. So I was working out, and it came on, and I was like, "This is the song," because I just feel like, honestly, it needs to be said more. It needs to resurface. Yes. Like, you a fuck boy, just to be very clear. Let's put it out there.
Girl said, pussy nigga lucky I ain't fuck his friend.
Thank you. And lucky. You don't understand.
Because she could have.
And did. That's the crazy part.
Exactly.
So I just feel like I'm in this moment now, and I'm in like, our friend Alexandra is calling it my pop star era, but I'm just like here, and I'm in my moment of like, fuck y'all niggas. Like
For real,
I'm a
for
bad bitch. We're gonna move forward at all times.
I love
However
it
you're gonna
when
behave,
women
we're gonna
come
move
into
forward.
that. I love it when women come into that. You know, I love like I
Mhm.
champion not only women having a hoe phase, but women just having a phase where it's just like fuck niggas get money. You know what I mean?
Period.
True.
Like, and I know Brianna, like you're booed up and whatever, and that's fine. We support that, but
No, we love you. That's bestie. That's bestie. That's what
we
you don't
support
know.
that. We support that. We support
You know,
that.
I'm gonna be on mute.
But I love that, and I love Trina, and I think, like I said, time and time and time and time again on this podcast, she's a legend. Not just like, and should be mentioned among the legends, and often she
Absolutely.
is left
Mhm.
out of that conversation. So I love it when people always bring it back, and it's like, oh no, Trina really does this shit, and she has been. Remember, she was like one of the first people who said she stick from the cornbread and the cabbage. Like, come on. Come on. Like,
Period.
we've been doing this shit, okay?
Been
She
doing
wrote
it.
the recipe.
Wrote it. Come on. Like, OG City Girl. You know what I mean?
No,
So,
for real, for real.
For real.
Yeah.
So how's it going, guys? Besides Beyonce's tour, what else is up in our lives? Before we jump into some hot topics, what's going on?
You know,
We're so
life
happy to
is
have a
good.
guest on.
Yeah, honestly,
How are
I'm
you,
just
Alicia?
happy. Yeah,
Tell
how are
us
you,
a little
Alicia?
bit.
Thank
Tell
you.
our listeners a little bit of something. What's going on with you?
Oh, what's going on with me? So I just came off of my Glorilla cleanse.
Period.
Shout out to Gloria Hallelujah. I did my 60 days.
Gloria Hallelujah.
And-
We have the same last name. Gloria Hallelujah Woods. Are we related? Is she
It's giving
my cousin?
cousin.
Possibly.
It's giving family.
Hit her
It's
up.
giving bad bitches link up. Period. But so I have my little 60 days. I'm day 2 out, I think. Day 2 or
Okay.
3
Day
out.
2 out.
Yeah, third day out here. And it's been great. I did no Instagram, no boys, no dating, like, period.
Wow.
And then no processed sweets. All I could have was like fruit, oats, like natural peanut butter.
How was it?
And
How do you feel?
so good. I just needed a hard reset, and
Mm.
I feel like I am coming back so much stronger. And kind of my
Mm.
mantra throughout that, like I gotta grow up, and like I guess in kind of putting my search of love on pause, I was able to
Oof.
experience all the different forms
Now
of
that's
love that
deep.
already
Let's
existed
go.
around me.
Let's go.
And it was like the most beautiful thing. Like it's like, and I genuinely feel like I'm in a place. I'm like, this is the happiest I have been in like my adult life. So
Yeah, you're
that's what
glowing.
So thank you. Shout
are
out to
glowing.
Gloria Hallelujah. Shout out to my girl.
Hallelujah was that bitch.
A testimony,
Possi-
always.
Possibly my cousin. We don't know. We're gonna
Period.
investigate.
Yeah.
But what about you, Bree? How are you? How's it
No,
going?
things are good. Things are good. Just been enjoying being in my home. Spending
Being in
time
love.
with- yeah,
Being in
being
love.
I feel like I've been such a Cancer recently. I'm just like, oh my gosh, like yes, like you're alive and a real person. He's like, yes, like leave me alone now. But no, things are good. Things are good. Not much to report. Just been back on my workout grind and like getting my mental and physical health back into shape. So that's kind of where I'm at. What about you,
I
Mariah?
love that. Honestly, I've been like sort of on the same thing that Alicia's on. You know, like I'm just trying to like reset right now. Like I'm vamping my apartment and
Okay.
just like really trying to set new habits and
Wow,
I'm
we might
training
really be
for-
like besties. Brianna might be kicked to the curb because we're really on the same wavelength right now.
Wow.
We're really like, I'm redecorating.
All right, this
Like-
is over. Okay.
I love it. But you know, honestly, I've been like very chill hibernating in January because like my birthday was in December. I pretty much was out all month, and I was like, I actually need a little bit of a break. So I took that, and now it's February, and I'm ready to go back outside. I'm ready to get back out in the streets.
I'm ready for rooftop season for it to be like hotter
God,
again.
yeah.
because it's
really
cold. It's cold here too. So
Mind
I'm
you,
like,
Mariah's in LA.
Please be
I
so
just
for
want to
real.
just say, I just want to preface that she's in LA, so
Be so for real.
was
There's
cold.
snow on the ground.
shut the hell up.
There's literal snow in Brooklyn, USA. Please be so for
But
real.
wait, it was cold this morning. I had to like put on an actual like coat. Like I
Was it
pulled
cold?
on I pulled on my like fur and I had to put it on. I was so freezing this morning. It was like 41 degrees. I was like, I'm gonna die out here. I'm gonna freeze to death. So,
Ridiculous.
and mind you, I'm from Chicago, so
Oh,
I should
okay,
really
fair.
be used to this shit. But you know, I'm
Fair.
not. Anyway, let's get into my topics.
All right, where do you want to start?
Child, you know what? I think we should just start with like, you know what? Let's start with some good things.
Okay.
Some good things.
Okay.
So Missy Elliott is the first ever female female rapper to be nominated for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Now, this was announced today. Like, that Missy Elliott might be, I believe it's her and also a Tribe Called Quest, might be getting entered into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame this year.
That's dope.
And if Missy gets in, first of all, there aren't that many rappers that are inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, period. But there are no women at all, no female rappers. And I feel like if there was gonna be a first, it was gonna be her. It was always gonna be Missy. It was never
no
gonna
argument.
be None.
There's so much respect.
Yes, I love her so much, and I feel like now she's been getting like all the recognition and the flowers and things that she went so many years without getting. So I'm really happy for her. That's really exciting, and I do hope that she gets it because like who else deserves it?
Yeah, I was about to say no. I'm really happy for her, and like this would be a big win for female community in general.
Yes,
so
we need some of that. We need some of that. In other good news, Lotto is going to be receiving the Powerhouse Award at the Billboard's 2023 Women in Music event. This is the thing that they do every year. Like, you know how like I think Doja Cat won it last year, Megan has won it, Nicki has won this award. Doechii is also going to receive the Rising Star Award. And I feel like this is like a little bit of foreshadowing of like what Doechii, I feel like she's going to have a really good 2023. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I agree. I feel like Doechii is one of those people who kind of like, she's lived in like a subculture for so long. Almost, and I feel like now she's getting more and more features and her name is coming to the forefront, and it is no longer just like the underground, like, oh, you gotta listen. Like people know her name. So I definitely can see, I think 2023 is definitely gonna be a big year, but I fear it might be in the latter half of the year. Just because like so much is happening in the upfront, all these big names are coming out, there's all these tours and all this stuff. So I feel like it's gonna be a slow burn, but I think in the end people are gonna be like, yeah, they fuck with her.
I think by the time festival season rolls around, I feel like we're gonna really see her shine. Because that was a really big time for her last year. Was when it was like during festival season. And I think that's kind of like what pushed TDE to sign her, she said, was when she performed at Coachella with Isaiah Rashad. So I'm really excited about this. I think Lotto getting her flowers as well, because they've been attacking my girl out in the streets. And I've been having to like defend her, like, get behind me. Get behind me. Because y'all not gonna jump her. Y'all not gonna jump her.
It's quite ridiculous. Again, battle of the light skins.
Yeah. They're not having a good run.
They're not having it. It's not fun.
It's been a real rough, like 400 years for like maybe it's been not 400.
You're stupid. No, but like but no, I'm happy that Lotto's getting this award though, especially amongst the outside chaos that's going on with her. But yeah, no, this should be good. I think this is just like bringing in like the same energy that she had from like 2022 of like she had a great start and like she had a stellar year last year. So I think that like this will be just like keeping the ball rolling.
Incredible. And while we're on the subject of Lotto, I don't even think this is a thing. So I don't want to make it into a thing. Okay. But this whole tweet and delete about Coi Leray. Like so Lotto had tweeted something and it was like really like I don't even know what like I don't even know if this is real because only one like I think she tweeted it and deleted it because Coi Leray had done an interview because remember there was that whole time where a bunch of Lotto's music got leaked. And one of the songs that got leaked was something that was a reference track for Blick Blick, which is the song that Coi Leray released. And so then everybody was talking shit about Coi Leray, like, oh, you don't write your own music, this and that. And so Coi Leray got asked about it in an interview, as you should have known somebody was going to ask her about it. Like, and she was essentially like, you know what, in the most respectful way, like, I know I've only been out here for a couple years, but like, believe me, I can write my own shit. I can hold my own with any of these bitches. And anything like that. And like in the way that she said it, it didn't seem rude to me. It just seems like she's like, yeah, I can hold my own. Like I'm a worthy competitor for these women. But I think that the way that the internet took it is, oh, she's challenging you, Lotto. Like you gotta come back. You gotta come back and say some shit. So then Lotto tweeted something that was along the lines of like, bitch, Like, don't even get me started. Don't have me releasing this and that from the studio, alluding to the fact that Coi Leray doesn't write her own raps. She's like, you only big on TikTok with that one song. Don't get your head. Like, it was something like that.
Yeah.
And then it just kind of went away. And nobody said anything else about it. But it was crazy to me because I'm like, there was nothing in what I read from that seemed disrespectful. In like what Coi Leray said.
Well, I was gonna say, like, even if you think about it, like, on the alternative side from, like, a male perspective, even if that's what she was going after of, like, I can hold my own, like, I'm doing my own thing out here, like, no one would question a man saying that because it's, like, that comes with the territory of being a rapper, right? Of always having to claim that you're the best. Like, even though you might know you're not the best, like, you have to claim it because it's, like, it's a part of the territory. So, like, even if it was skewed that type of way, I mean, like, why... I don't know, like, you say that in your songs all the time, too. Like, I'm the best.
I'm the biggest. You know what I mean?
Right. And I feel like they want the rap girls to beef so badly. And it's like, y'all, this is nothing new. This is literally nothing new. We have heard a Beyonce leak of an Ariana Grande song. We have heard so many versions of other. I literally have, what's the song? Sweetener? Is this or another one?
It's with Rim.
Remember, you're right. I literally have the Beyonce version on my phone because you know what I did? I quietly went to YouTube and I downloaded it and put it on my phone and didn't get on Twitter and bash Ariana. Everybody knows that people send hooks to people. They send songs to people. It's a very common practice. So it's just one of those things where I'm like, y'all want the girls to beef so bad as if not every rapper is probably also being sent a catchy hook.
It's like you don't think that hook got sent around to everybody, right? To like every single one of the rap girls. Like, come on! I thought it
got cut.
I thought the whole thing was like super silly. But she's been getting it from like all sides. Like, one, they're trying to make her beef with Ice Spice. Then they got the panty police. They got the panty police on the internet.
So let's get into the panties. Let's get into the panties because I saw this and I was like, girls, please be so fucking for real.
You have to be a hate has to be so deep in your soul, in your spirit, that you went back weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and said, that bitch is wearing the exact same underwear. And let me make fun of her about it. I mean, how much of a hater do you have to be?
How much time do you have? How much time do you have?
And pull out your panty drawer right now and let me see every single pair of panties and what's in your laundry basket and what's in the washer right now. Let me see everything.
Let me tell you one thing. Panties is not cheap, especially not good ones.
Thank you. So, y'all think Lotto is wearing, because that's the thing. The girls are upset because they think them and Lotto are wearing the same panties. She's not wearing the Walmart panties, girl.
No,
this is lingerie.
I'm
sorry. We can wear the things. The things last when you invest in nice things, girls. It's very weird.
Say that.
And this whole culture of like, wear something once and if you get caught wearing something twice, that means you're broke. Is the reason that there's all this overconsumption in the world. You know what I mean? You want to know why niggas can jack shit up sky high and why things never last? It's because y'all niggas change our mind every 2 seconds. We can't wear the same underwear. I'm sorry. If it's a crime to wear a pair of underwear,
I was like,
twice,
arrest me.
Arrest me right now. Lock me up.
Lock me up.
Take me away. It's nuts. And please be eco-friendly, girls. Please. The world is burning. Y'all are worried about the wrong things.
We're worried about the wrong things here.
And be eco-friendly.
Fucking dollars right now. A carton of eggs costs $8.99, and you have 2 pictures of one woman that you allegedly hate wearing the same panties. You just have those. That's
Go
crazy.
recycle something and get on LinkedIn. Just please. Recycle something. Seek employment.
The jobless ass bitches. The people who just like have nothing going on for them. They will literally find any morsel. And the problem is, and I don't mean to cut you off, but one thing I do know about Lotto, like I think we all know about Lotto, is like she started doing this when she was like 14. She was on the rap game. She was on television as a kid, and she came up doing this. Do you really think internet trolls are gonna scare her?
Right. No, for real.
God. It's so silly. Okay, moving on to some good news. So Ice Spice, she has earned her first ever Billboard Hot 100 entry with Gangsta Boo at number 82, and her EP debuted at number 37 on the Billboard 200 albums chart. Are you fucking kidding me?
Nah, I've had it on repeat.
Constant. constant repeat. Okay? She said, I'm thick because I be eating oats. Bitches ain't taking shit from me but notes. Come on.
Like,
Are you for real?
Let's keep
be
it a
so
stack.
serious.
Alicia, what's your favorite song from Ice Spice's EP?
Honestly, I think it's Princess Diana.
Oh yeah.
Because
Classic.
there is such, like, I feel like I like her, like, just the very, like, Bronxy kind of attitude that she has.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there is this moment, like, I think everybody who lives in New York has main character syndrome. Like, you have to.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I think it's something to, like, in my hood, I'm like Princess Diana, because, yeah, you walk in the block and they'll be like, wow, I'm actually going to take out a morttage for you if you let me take you out to dinner. So you're like, yeah, it's giving icon. Like, girl, I'm telling you. Like,
LA
it gives...
child.
Oh,
Anyway.
girl, Godspeed. Couldn't be me. I'll stay with the nuts and BK. It's okay. But it just, to me, I don't know. I think I like fun rap. I like rap that feels fun. Like, I was talking to somebody recently and I saw this tweet and they were like, basically, like a lot of rap isn't doing it for them lately because they just feel like it can be heavy sometimes, and it's so like bang bang shoot shoot music, which I know is a very childish description.
Bang bang shoot shoot. But have you in their defense of bang bang shoot shoot? Have you ever been maybe drunk or or high, and then you hear some like and I'm from Chicago, so excuse me if maybe this is just my culture.
Girl, no, I have my friends from Chicago. Trust me.
I remember one time I was like drunk, and I just was like, I really want some ice cream. And I was listening to like my Chicago like drill playlist, and I just got on one of those little scooters, that they have all around the streets. And I was riding it down the street at breakneck speed, because I'm drunk. Like you shouldn't ride those when you're drunk. Just saying. But I'm listening to this drill, and I'm like, oh, I see why niggas do drive-bys now. I'm real hyped listening to this.
You on your scooter bike. You're like, I see why people do drive-bys.
You hit the
I get it.
I'm crying. What was my girl's name? Katie got banned. Katie got banned. Serious. A Chicago legend.
I mean, come on. But she is though. But I totally get what you're saying. We love fun rap here. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. No. But her album, like, or her EP was like really fun. I mean, just like the tracks on there, Munch, Bikini Bottom, like, I don't know, like, she's doing something right now. Like, she's making rap fun again. Like, especially like her music videos too. It's like, I feel like it's her like grabbing her homies, like so much like Glorilla is like grabbing her homies and be like, let's just go shoot this real quick and like have fun in the city.
Yeah. And you know what the thing is she's so much like herself. Like she's at a fucking bodega. Yeah. She's wearing her Telfar. Like she is like it's very regional. And I always say like rap is best when you lean into that and you're not trying to like switch to different, do this and that. But she did say she wants to like, change and grow as an artist and all that and venture into acting and all that stuff. And like, yes, I believe you can do that. But this is one New York ass bitch, and I love that.
Yeah, it's like you said. Like I like what you said. Like it feels regional. Like I feel like it feels like this is something me and my friends would do. Like if my friend took off right now, this would be us. And like Brianna knows this, but I'm a Drake hater. Sorry about it. But I like when I see Drake with his homies and like Turks and Caicos. I'm like, what are y'all doing?
What are y'all doing there?
What are you gentlemen doing? This is a lot going on. It's very strange. It's just like okay, sure. It's just you all are on vacation. Whereas when I see Glow and Cardi or I see, Isis, like it feels like, that's me and my bitches. We're out. Like, fuck y'all niggas. We're kicking it. We're in the streets.
It feels authentic. Yeah. Like you don't have to pay into these people to hang around you and like you. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
the love is real.
The love is
and not everything has to feel aspirational too. Not everything has to feel so we're in a different league. Like things can feel relatable.
That's the one right there. These are some regular ass bitches, and I love that. I love that. Speaking of regular ass bitches, moving up, Asian Doll was recently in Doobie. She was in Doobie for.
Please, we're gonna pray for her. We're just gonna continue.
We don't know what to do but pray for Asian Doll, but she's really.
I hope she smiles today.
She be having fun though. She be having fun.
It just seems like she's having a great time being a liar
Listen,
And
delusional people have the best time.
What? Why was I born with common sense? What the fuck? Like, I could have been having way more fun. Way
This
more
conversation
fun.
ain't done shit for me, okay? I still be getting into mess. And I just don't understand.
Still sad.
Like, what does it do for me? I need to get like Asian doll and be delusional as fuck. Okay?
Bro.
One day we're just gonna have to go. We're gonna have to sit down and just rank all of her outfits. Like, we are gonna have to sit down and go through and say and play a guessing game of where is Asian doll going?
Where's she going?
Where's she going? That could be like, what do you mean? Like the outfit and then the location. You gotta match up.
And it's like you would never guess where she ends up wearing this. You would never guess.
It's like her going to the dentist.
To meet the queen. Like
literally. What else? Is there anything else on here that we want to talk about?
Let me see. Glorilla's interview from The Cut.
Oh, that was so good.
So I'm excited.
Yes.
I read a little bit, yeah, and I'm excited for her to drop some new music this year.
Yes.
I'm ready for her to have a strong, Q2 going into the summer. Like, we need that. But what did you all think of the article?
Well, you go ahead, Alicia. Go ahead.
No, I'm gonna say, do you want to get into it?
No. Go ahead.
Okay. I loved it because I feel like it felt like Glorilla. Like, it felt like it was telling her story in a very authentic way.
Yes.
And I think they made a really good point talking about burnout. Because I don't think that we really talk about celebrities and burnout. And I think that, like, we forget that these are regular ass people. And this is the same as if your friend blew up tomorrow.
Exactly.
And even her just like even in the article, like, she had puffy eyes because she was up, for 12 hours the day before doing or whatever. And it just felt very real. Like, Glorilla has always felt real to me, and them talking about burnout and being like, there's nobody else that can do her job. And if you think about it, if Beyonce got sick on the Renaissance tour and she sent her husband out there, I would be like, absolutely not. I'm calling Blue. We got to figure something the fuck out. This is not happening. So it's like, she's the only person that can do her job. And I think they did a really good point of like profiling that.
That's stressful. We wish the best for her. Do we want the summer anthem? Hell
yeah.
We want it.
We're moving forward.
I want F&F part 2.
Part 2. We need something good for the summer. I know it's only February.
Right.
So I'm not gonna rush into it yet. But every year we do a Song of the Summer episode. And I'm like, okay, so around March, like, I better start hearing some shit I can shake ass to, okay?
Right.
Like, when it's rooftop season, if I ain't heard none yet, we're gonna have to call a meeting. We gotta call a meeting. And we
round table.
We have to have a round table discussion. Okay.
Get it together, girls.
Get it the fuck together. No, I also really love the article. One, I thought the looks were incredible.
Yeah.
But I thought I think it's just beautiful to see something like this. She just, like you said, just seems so genuine and so happy to be here and so honest and so open. And I love that she just like isn't going to sugarcoat that. You know what I mean? Like, and that she's really proud of like how far she's come, and for them to even highlight, how she's accepted her own voice and like how deep it is, and about how she used to like run from that, but now she's like accepted it, and it's made her, and it's taken her to the fucking Grammys. Like, that to me, like, it's like the sky is the limit. It doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter who you are. Like, it could happen here today, and then you could be like at the Grammys tomorrow. You know what I mean? And I hope she does get to go to the Grammys.
Me too. I hope she wins. I hope she wins. I really do. Imagine you're just sitting at your home in Memphis.
And then one day, you sit next to Beyonce. You sit, now you at the Grammys with Beyonce. Like,
I would literally lose my mind. I would start crying. I would like, the speech would literally just be like, y'all, I'm in the same room as Beyonce. I don't need to say anything else.
Right, point the camera.
Point the camera at her. My God has done enough.
The whole speech would be about her. Like, let's be fucking for real. Let's be fucking for real.
Can y'all actually leave so I can talk to her? I just need a moment. Like, y'all have a back
Julius,
room.
please don't attack me, but I need to say this. I gotta say this.
I just want to just a finger on the shoulder. Just please.
I just want to smell her. My best friend works at Parkwood, so she like works with Beyonce, and like she made a joke today. She's like, "LOL, I still haven't been able to look her in the eyes. She's too pretty."
I'm sure.
Oh my God. But no, okay. So should we move into our main topic?
Yeah, let's do it.
Alicia, You're welcome back anytime. But
Oh, thank you.
But I would love it if you, because when Brie like pitched this to me, I was like, oh wait. We didn't talk about music. What?
Oh, the new music. Oh, the new music. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I jumped ahead because I'm excited. But okay, wait. Do we want to talk about any of this new music? We have a couple new freestyles.
Yes.
We have a remix. We got a song that's had a resurgence. Like, what are we feeling? What were we feeling from this list?
Okay, starting off with Lotto's freestyle. I enjoyed her freestyle. I like Lotto's freestyles because I think they're honest and like you can really see her pen. And like I was like, dang, my girl's hurt. Like,
Yeah.
she's really hurt, bro.
Got that ugly ass nigga with the knife on his face. Are you for real? He
And I
didn't
love
even drink
21,
water
but like
until a couple years ago. How can a nigga like that hurt you?
y'all, and like the crazy part is I love 21. Like love 21.
Yeah.
And I always joke like that's my king because he posted that one picture with his veneers.
With
Y'all,
his
he was a little fun. He was a little fun. I was defending him for a minute. And then I told my friend, I said, I had a visual of him from above. And I was like, oh, I was like, I can't. My girl was real down bad. The
veneers though? Yeah, that was the moment.
The angle went crazy. The angle, I was like,
yeah, he had the gentle glow. What is it? The
gentle
glow filter.
It was a moment. I'll admit it.
Was a moment. But yeah, I thought that freestyle was good. Just again, you can see her pen like come through the song. But that's all that that was the best freestyle I think out of between her and Lakia's freestyle that dropped. I think Lotto's was better.
Yeah, I did too. I have to say, for the Conceited remix,
did it fall flat for you?
It did. You know what? I'm not gonna say it fell flat. It fell flat. But it could have given more. You know? I was really just like so surprised. One, I love Maya the Don's verse.
Same.
I can already see like the growth in her as an artist, even from like the first song, even from Telfie, which just came out like a hot second ago. But I just think Lola Brooke was misused on this song. Like I can barely hear her over the beat. Like the bass is so loud, I can't. And she's so aggressive and like she really needs a beat that she's like DMX. She needs some Swiss beats. She needs some Swiss beats like production, like DMX, and like rip through that shit. But this was not going to be it for her. So I wasn't, and I would have loved if Flo Milli had done a new verse. So
same. I was about to say I didn't hear a new verse from Flo Milli, and I didn't like Lola on there. But I thought Maya the Don did a good job. I thought her verse was good.
Yeah, she definitely carried that moment. I feel like I agree. It didn't fall flat. If I did not have it, I would not be upset. Like you said, I love Lola. I think she needed a more aggressive beat because when I heard it, I was like, she needs, and the beat is kind of riding her a little bit.
Yeah,
and
that's it.
Yes,
but it wasn't even her fault. That's the thing. It just felt misplaced, like you said. It was just like what. But I do think I think that this was a good moment for her. I do think that it was kind of like, okay, she had a nice feature. I love this girl gang moment that we're having. Like it felt good, but it was like, it felt like, okay, it's like a TikTok remix and we move forward.
Yeah, you know, which I was like, I feel like that's a bit of a missed opportunity. But you know what? I'm gonna say because Flo Milli has been teasing this deluxe version of You Still Hero. So I'm hoping that we'll see what we were looking for in this song.
Yeah.
On the deluxe. On the deluxe.
I think Flo
version.
deserves better. I think Flo's promotion. I think I don't want to like say like it's a team thing. I don't know, but I just feel like she came out so strong in like her first album, and it just feels like we haven't gotten the same momentum. You know, I feel like we've lost momentum, and when they're trying to get it back, it doesn't feel like the promotion is hitting like it needs to. Like she deserves a bigger moment than she's been given for sure.
I agree. Now I'm not gonna lie. I think that it doesn't translate to like support because when I tell you. Like everybody at that tour was singing, rapping word for word.
Yeah,
like
I'm
it
sure.
was, and that bitch was packed wall to wall when she came out. Oh yeah,
Flo Militia goes up.
Oh my god, here like we showed up, okay. Yeah. But I do agree. I definitely agree with that. And, hopefully in 2023 she'll get that. You know, I think she's still trying to find it, and she's young. She's only like what 22, 23.
23. Yeah.
23. She has the time So I'm not feeling like, oh my God, we're running out of time. Like she's gonna grow. She's gonna grow. She's here
Mhm.
for a very long time. I can see that.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Same.
Okay, but let's talk about our main topic. Now, Alicia, like I said, like I was getting to, but I rushed ahead. Um, Brianna said that like she had pitched to me that she had pitched to her this idea. So why don't you introduce?
Yeah, yeah.
Tell us about it and where like where you came from with it.
Yeah, got you. So I was just thinking about this idea of how I feel like there's so many like subcultures that are emerging because of female rap. Like I think there was kind of like this debate on Twitter, and they were talking about like, why does everything have to be aesthetic? There's a soft girl aesthetic. There's like
Mm-hmm.
what is it? It was like a Barbie doll aesthetic. Like there's just all these different little like
Like
things,
cottage
like the
core,
right clean girl,
clean
like all these things.
girl,
Which clean girl is a very
white.
right, exactly. Definitely another instance where black and brown women have been doing this, but that's a whole other conversation. So it just feels like all of these different subcultures have been erupting of women. And I think when we really sit down and look at it, it comes from female rap. Because think about it, you had the City Girls and Meg coming out around the same time. And it
Yeah.
was like you had your hot girls and you had your
Yes.
City Girls. And then
Yep.
from there, Sweetie started getting a lot of traction. Now you got your
Mhm.
Icy Girls and Pretty Bitch Music is a thing. And
Yes.
even like people calling Glorilla a unisex rapper, like
Yeah.
which I think there's a whole other nuance to that as well. But even
Child.
in her cut interview, she said that she tried to make her voice sound more feminine in the beginning. And if you listen to her old music, she
Yeah.
sounds very feminine. Like I was
Yeah.
like, who is this? Like
Yeah.
it does not sound like her at all. And then finally, like people in the studio, like, bro, be yourself. So I think even now, Glorilla is kind of opening up this new space for women that, you know, she prides herself. She's like, girl, I'm skinny, but I got a thick little booty. I got a little something on, you know, like women are able to see themselves in rap in so many different ways. And so because of that, we just have all these different groups. So that's my little intro. That's my spill.
I love
But
that.
give me y'all's
love
opinion
that.
on this.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, Brie, why don't you go ahead?
No, I think that's a great way of saying it, like having like subgroups of all these different women. Like I think that it was funny, I was talking to some of my friends yesterday about kind of just like womanhood in general and like what does it mean to be a woman, and it's like being able to have representations, especially within like rap or entertainment. You look to these people like intentionally and unintentionally for like inspirations of how do you hold yourself. And so I think especially with like Meg the Stallion, the City Girls, like having different shades of brown as well of like women being represented this way, I think it's amazing for young girls who didn't get to see themselves like I guess our age, like or older, who weren't able to have the same type of representation of different styles or ways of holding yourself or dressing that way. So I think it's great.
No, I totally agree. And I'm the kind of person who's like, I've seen all these subcultures, but for me, it's like, I think the age of like information and all of this like over connectedness that we feel has heightened it or made it feel much more like important and like relevant than it actually is, because I'll be honest, a lot of this doesn't really feel like super new. You know what I mean? Like it feels like there was these sort of similar ideas when we were young, like teenage girls, and there was a little bit more like pressure to like fit into one thing or another. And I feel like that this what we're experiencing with all these like subgroups of like, you know, different, like either you're a city girl, or you're a hot girl, or you're an icy girl, or whatever, like it's just an extension of that. It's just a more heightened version of that. But I'm the kind of person who believes like if it brings you joy, if it makes you happy to be a part of this, to identify as this, like I fully support that. And I support the way that like these women have been able to create like these fan bases and create this imagery of like women of color, like you said, black women. And really it's really empowering, you know? Like there are certain things about these certain aesthetics, like the soft girl aesthetic and like clean girl aesthetic, that I'm like, well, what's the reason? What's the reasoning behind this? Like, I mean, I know aesthetic. When we think of aesthetic, it's just like, okay, this is the way that it looks. but when I think of like these subcultures that like women in hip hop have created, a lot of it I feel is based around empowering women, and I really do
Mhm.
love that, and I
Right.
love that we like that they are leaning into that
Mhm.
even more.
Right.
Um,
Right.
so I just like wrote down some like questions. Like we don't have to like talk too much about them. We
Mhm.
can kind of just like talk very freely. But I do want to know like how do you guys feel about like the soft girl aesthetic? Like what do we think about this? Because it's been very popular because of TikTok as of recent.
Yeah, I think it's so. I actually I had to like write a brief on this for one of the brands I was working with, and we were just talking about how it feels weird because it feels like you're trying to attach your identity to like being a perfectionist almost, and
Mm.
kind of like
Mm.
having this idea that like I have it together because I do X, Y, and Z. And I think
Right.
it's very whitewashed in the sense of like how you eat healthy, you know? And it's like, but eating healthy looks different for different cultures. It's a
Yeah.
very kind of like plain avocado toast, a very green juice, very,
Mhm.
Mhm.
I
And
don't want to
don't
say
get me
bird
wrong,
diet,
I love
but
green juice, but
same. I got one in my fridge, but it's like a very like it attaches to like a lot of diet culture. It attaches to a
yeah.
lot of like
Mhm.
this. I don't know, just this interesting routine that I think is attached to a lot of privilege.
Mhm.
I think it's one of those things where it's like you could have done all of these things and exist without this being a part of your identity or forming into like
Absolutely.
a category. Like, you know,
Mhm.
it
Yeah.
just feels like this very, and I'm thinking more clean girl kind of like that reign of things of like, when
Mhm.
there's so many racial undertones to it too, with like the slick back hair. Like there was a Indian woman on TikTok, and she was talking about like, I could not leave my home without my hair slicked back and full of
Mhm.
grease, and y'all call me greasy for it, y'all call me
Mm.
dirty for it, you know?
Child, let's talk about it. Let's
Like
talk
little
about
things
it.
like that, like the bare face and like the gold hoops. Like the gold hoops are ghetto up until like 2 years
Very.
ago, if we want to be real honest.
Right.
Let's talk
Right.
about
Like
it. Let's talk
there's
about
all these
it.
different things. So I think that to me is where I'm coming from, in a sense of like it just feels like it's playing to this idea of whiteness and what is right as far as whiteness. You have to have this type of aesthetic and this type of routine and look like you are put together all the time in this
Right.
way that just feels like, I don't know, it just
It's
feels like another way that
dated.
it just, yeah, it feels like it's dated and it feels like theft, you
And it
know?
feels very like, oh my God, you're trying so hard. I'm exhausted like
Yeah.
watching
Mhm.
you. I feel very tired.
Yeah.
I feel tired.
Yeah. And not to shit on people at all. And that's not the thing either, because to be honest, my routine looks very similar. Brianna's probably laughing at me because she knows I do eat a bird diet and I am on a routine. But again, it's like it just plays into this idea of perfectionism that I
Yeah.
think is just
Yeah.
Right.
can be a little unhealthy.
Yeah.
Right. And I think again for it to be dated and like I think just a way of folks associating like I guess femininity in a way, right? And
Mm-hmm.
like femininity looks different is on a spectrum. So it's
Absolutely.
like it looks different for everyone else and so it's like to be like pigeonholed I guess into a certain like criteria of like if you're outside of this box then it's like you're not really like fitting the status quo.
Yeah.
So
And
Yeah.
on the subject, while we're on the topic of femininity, I want to
mhm,
talk about Megan the Stallion.
Uh,
mhm.
Then
I always want to
and
talk about her.
oh, absolutely. We oh, don't be
Always,
kidding me. This
always,
is the place to
always.
do it. But I want to talk about this idea of like the way that people try and strip her of her femininity, and
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
try and put her into this category, this very masculine category. Even though I actually have never seen her wear a full pair of pants. I don't.
Actually,
Nails always
actually.
did,
Right.
makeup always beat, hair always done. But they kind of like try and like place her into this category and make her masculine because of what she looks like, but you kind of never, ever, ever see them saying the same thing about like, say Taylor Swift, who's like
Mm-hmm.
the
Mm,
same height as her, or even Beyonce,
mhm,
who's a very similar shape. So like, what
mhm.
is it about the female rap aesthetic of some of these women, of Megan Thee Stallion, who I'm not gonna say is dark skin. I would never
Right.
say that,
Mm-hmm.
but is definitely darker skin. But you never see that attached to Sweetie. You know what I mean? Like nobody would ever call
Yeah.
Sweetie masculine, even though Sweetie's like streetwear,
Right. I
eating
was about to say.
garbage
Yeah.
concoctions. You know what I mean? But nobody ever attaches that masculine, um, that to her. Like nobody ever thinks of her as a tomboy or as masculine. So what is it about like these darker
Mhm.
skin like female rappers that their aesthetic is so attached to like masculinity?
I think it's so interesting just to like, I'll come back to like this, just like back up to like the beginning part of your question. Like, I feel like Megan Thee Stallion was the first rapper that I actually identified with. Like, to be very, very honest, she was the first rapper that I ever said, yeah, I see myself in you.
Yeah.
Because that's a Black girl from Texas who
Okay.
is 5'8", 5'9", who I'm also 5'9" on a good day, really 5'8", you know, and you know, who is very curvy and
Yeah.
who has Black features, like very like strong,
Mhm.
like she has a thicker nose. My
Yeah.
family is known for a nose. Like, she has brown skin. Like, she talks like a Texas girl.
Yeah.
And I just saw myself, and I don't stand a lot of people but Beyonce and Meg, to be honest. And it's because
Yeah.
I see something of myself in them. So I think that's why I will always go up for Meg, because I'm like, this is the first person that I have ever seen myself in. And it's the way that she has been attacked. I take it so like,
I take it
yeah,
personally.
people are I
Like,
take it personally. Like, people are gonna shit on you for doing nothing. And it's even like, even me, I've been thicker my entire life, and I just now got to a point my body is like, I'm like woman thick, you know. I'm like, oh, I like this is fun. But then it also sucks because you realize like we're in this moment of like, oh, it's cool to be thick.
Right.
And so then it's like when somebody asks me, like, has anybody ever called you a stallion? It almost kind of feels like really like fetishizing, and it feels weird, and it just
right.
feels.
Yeah, I see
And
that.
so it's like, even to go back to your question, it's like the way that people talk about Meg feels exotic and not in like a
Not in a good
complimentary.
way.
It's problematic regardless, but not in
Yeah.
a complimentary way. And it
Yeah.
feels weird. Whereas, like, even though she's as natural as she can get, she's always been on her journey. She's always been open about her journey. Whereas you have somebody like Sweetie, like you said, where she eats trash, and we know she's had.
Oh my God,
baby,
so
her
much work.
boobs are to her neck.
They're
I'm
not
like,
going
baby,
anywhere.
please,
They're not
can you
going
breathe?
anywhere.
Please, please.
Everything's
It's okay.
in place.
Everything is in place, but they don't question it because
Never.
she fits into their idea of what femininity should look like. She already has, she's biracial, you know, she
Exactly.
is, you know, she's got the very fine, she got the baby hairs. We know that's what
Yes.
Sweetie's known for. Like, she's stacked, she's all these things, and it just sucks because it's like, y'all want real, but you really don't want real.
You don't
want
really
real enough.
don't want real.
You want what's real in your head,
You
you
don't
know?
want real. You don't want real.
Yeah.
What do you think, Bree?
Well, I was going to say, in part to that as well, I think it's the confidence that comes with her being who she is. Like, she's unapologetically herself.
Yeah.
And you see that through her music, her interviews, and people don't like that. Like, people don't like that she's so comfortable with herself and like who she is as a woman coming from Texas, from being sexually positive to like doing what she wants with these men. Like, I think people also dislike that because she's so confident.
Yeah.
And like, that's like,
especially men.
Right, especially men.
Oh
they're
they
like,
hate her.
They really do.
Men hate Megan. It's nuts. They hate her because they can't. Yeah, they can't have her.
I would want to fuck party too. Did you see the way he was throwing her around? You know
Baby.
what? I would be hating
like
too.
a pinata. Like a pinata.
God win. God win.
God
win.
God. What do I have to do? Do I have to sell a kidney? I got an extra one.
I don't
It's
need
fine.
to. I don't play no
You're like, what's the
sports.
prayer? What's the prayer?
What's the prayer? And y'all, I found out my granddaddy got 3 kidneys, so I'm finna ask him, Papa, I need
Can
one.
I just
I
have
need one.
one?
That's
Like,
a
you don't
sacrifice.
need that many.
It's a sacrifice.
It's too much. Every time I see party, I get sad. I'm like, God, please, you don't make them like this no more. Please, God.
It's like, it's not even fair. His brother fine too. Like, it's not right. What am I
But what do you do?
about?
But no. Anyway, getting distracted by party. But Mariah, what do you think about like Meg and like how she's like been able to like, I guess her aesthetic in a sense be able to I guess disrupt somewhat of like.
I think it is disruptive. I think everything that she's done since she came into the game, I think since she had a really breakout tape, like Tina Snow has been very disruptive in female rap. I don't care what they say about how all women rap about the same thing. She came out and she was just very like fun and like shaking her ass and like just running around and saying, you know, I'm running through the mall with her. She's always with somebody's daddy.
She's always with somebody's daddy at a mall.
And like, but I think so for me, like I know when somebody like they build you up, and then once you are who they've always thought you were, they want to break you down. And so it really hurt me to see like her becoming this artist that we really would just have always wanted her to be, and be, like getting the kinds of accolades and the kind of respect and the kind of like career opportunities that we think she deserves, only to have people tear her down, and liken her to a horse, liken her to a man, when I don't think there's anything masculine.
Yeah,
I think
and
it
she's
really
such like a
speaks to
disruptor.
absolutely.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you
No,
off.
no, no,
Sorry.
no, 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 because you're
Yeah.
right. You're right.
Like,
And-
I just feel like she's such a disruptor in the category, in the sense of like we really didn't have anybody. Honestly, I don't want to. This is very controversial. I don't want the Barbs to do too much, but like after Nicki,
They don't
like we
listen to
really.
this. It's okay.
They, yeah, it's okay.
They don't listen
Thank
to
God.
this. It's okay.
It's a safe space. It's a
We
safe
released
space.
a whole episode, and it was called "The Toxicity of Nicki Minaj's Legacy," and not one person came for us. And it's our most listened to episode to date.
Oh yeah, the girls are like, I agree.
So nobody, they don't listen to this. You can say whatever you want.
Because I love Nicholas the Ridiculous. I love her. I do. But
Truly.
as far as like people after her, like Meg really came as a disruptor with fun party music and something that the girls could really bop to. Because again, like she came up around the same time as City Girls.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, the City Girls is a fantasy. We're not scamming. At least I'm not. I'm terrified of jail.
I'm
not
so
a damn
terrified
bitch.
of jail.
I'm
I'm
not
glad
going to.
somebody said it. I'm so
If I'm in
terrified
court,
of jail.
it's in a Cardi B bob, and I'm gonna be like, "This is a joke." Please, God,
Yes,
no,
yes,
I can't do it. So I feel like Meg was talking about shit that was like, "Yeah, fuck y'all niggas. You're right. Take me to the mall. I'm gonna be with your daddy. Fuck you." Like,
right. Take me to Grand Lux and Papados.
Right, that's realistic. But quick full of bad bitches. We at Papados. Are you kidding me? That's relatable as fuck. The Texas and me left. I said, "Oh, we're ordering the platter. I'm tapped in." It just felt like, I don't know, Megan felt real. It felt like, yes, this is something that average girls. I was in college when Meg was getting
and
hot,
that's
right?
another thing too. It was for women our age, and that was hard for the Barbs to hear. Like love
that's
Nicki,
our peer.
Love Nicki down, like hate her but love her, like grew up with her. It's different because Meg is us. She's literally us. Nicki is not relatable. I'm so sorry.
She's not relatable. I watched Meg's graduation. I was on the Zoom link. Right? You're like, yes. I was going up. We had the Duce on deck. What are you talking about?
Driving the boat.
Come on.
I was in what's TSU's colors? It's maroon and something. I was tapped in.
That's our girl. She's us.
Girl.
She's us. Yeah. And that's why it was so different. And that's why I think, like, when we think, because I think, like, really the last, like, question that I had on here, we can just talk whatever, was, like, do you think there's, like, an archetype or, like, an aesthetic that is female rapper aesthetic? And when I think of, like, female rapper aesthetic, I think of somebody who, yes, looks like Megan or looks like a Sweetie, like, can sort of bounce between rapping like Nicki and rapping like someone else. Like, I think people, and especially men who are in the hip hop community, and especially men who are lovers of hip hop, would like to group all these women together. But to be honest, the only thing I think they have in common a lot of times is the music that they make. They're all so different. You know what I mean? Which is why these comparisons and these like fan battles and fights, it never makes sense to me. It never makes sense to me about like because I don't think they all fit the same, aesthetic. They don't fit into the same group.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like the aesthetic that they're like striving for is like a pretty woman who raps that they could sleep with.
Yeah,
like that's what people think it is. So it's like you got to be beautiful, but you also have to have the bars to back it up. And it's like I think that's what that's what comes to mind. But like we've been saying, I think it's great that we live in an era now where it's like there's so many different types of flavors of like female rappers. And to your point, Mariah, like it probably always existed this way, but we have more exposure to folks who are like more into like the melodic rap or into like pop type of music, and it's like we have exposure to this now that folks weren't privy to before.
And it's like like we didn't grow up in the 90s. We were born in the 90s. We don't know what that heyday was like. We grew up with 106 in Park, okay?
Yeah.
We grew up with 106 in Park and then the internet. So these girls that they're talking about all are the same aesthetic or all are the same archetype. These are our people. These are our peers.
Yeah.
Because they went through the same shit we did. You know? And now they rap about it.
Yeah. And even like what you were saying, like who would like actually fit into the actual like female rap aesthetic, I feel like the only girls that come to mind are the very problematic girlies who don't just say anything. Cash
Yeah.
doll just be doing whatever Cash doll to me.
She's what's on that show? 50 Cent's
BMF.
show? Yeah.
She is the female ESTG to me. She is like, I watched the her that teaser that came out. I said, oh yeah, my bitch actually shoots. I said, yeah. I was like, her, Trina.
Not Remy.
But yeah, Remy also, because don't nobody say shit about Remy Ma. They're like, yeah, I believe it.
She shot her friend in the stomach, okay, over a snack.
Like,
you really think she give a fuck about you?
What?
Imagine.
Throw Remy in there in the category of real female rappers. Trina, Missy. Yeah. I feel like those are the ones that to me fit. Like, if you want to say what is a female rapper aesthetic, I would say them, to be honest. And those ironically are the unproblematic girlies because they're not trying to fit and be in
into
any
somebody else's
category.
box,
And
yeah.
you know, it's not, there's no, I don't want to say a real social media influence, but like when Cash Doll posts like her age. It's a very like, my auntie is hot, she's out, the baby is at home.
Yeah.
We're going to girls' night. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, she posts like her auntie. She's herself.
She definitely gives that.
Yeah, she do. Okay, do we have any final thoughts on this?
No, I don't think so.
Well, it's been amazing having you on, Alicia. I know I said that. It's been a
Good
great
energy.
time.
Thank
And we
you.
love energy. We're all about good vibes.
Thank you. Anytime you'll have me back, I will gladly come.
Hell yeah, you'll come back. So,
I love that.
Well,
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you
We're
for
so
having me.
happy to
I had so
have
much
you.
fun.
And if you made it all the way to the end of this episode, thank you so much for listening. Love and support and respect Black women. Alicia, where can they find you on social media if you are at all?
Yes, you can find me on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter at Alicia Leash, LICIALEESH.
And that'll be in the bio as well of this episode. So yeah, just check it out. And we'll see you guys next month or next episode. Happy Black History Month, y'all. Bye.
Yes.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Where My Girls At, brought to you by Textured Air, a brand dedicated to celebrating Black girl culture, past, present, and future. If you liked what you heard, please subscribe and leave us a 5-star review. It really helps. You can find us on Twitter at WhereMyGirlsAt2 and Instagram, WhereMyGirlsAt_TH. Make sure you check out our other podcasts, Does It Hold Up?, The Blacklist, and all the other content we offer on our website, texturedair.com. Until next time.